With the first pick of the 2022 draft, the take Lord Miller.
So, speaking of science, such as Dolly the sheep, that could have been a goat, but turned out to be a sheep. I don't really know. I'm just trying to relate that so I could play the goat bleat one more time.
Let me be clear. The reason why we're all going solo is because of that damn goat scream. That's it. That's the whole reason. I cannot stand it.
This
Yes.
is part 1 of I don't know how many, part 3 of I don't know where we're at, but we've been releasing these.
We can't count.
I don't know where we are. Well, I don't know what order we're putting these in, but I hope you guys have been listening. We've been putting out a series of these 2022 year in review drafts, plus a little special one there where Duper got really dark with our 2023 predictions. But catch these shows. They're great. They've been fun. So we're having a good time. As you can see, there's some pointing. Hit links. Look at all those little things you can do on the YouTubes for those watching on YouTube.
That you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to this on the normal Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever your podcast platform that tickles your fancy, you're going to see in the feed that there's several of them, and they will be one of 8-ish. Wait, I don't know how many are we making. 1 of 30?
A lot. There'll be one of many.
There's so many.
There'll be a plethora of drafts for you to choose from.
Without further ado, let's get to the next one, and it's just the 3 of us on this draft. We're going to science and medicine for 2022. Basically, we're just trying to hit the top stories of 2022 in science and medicine. Simple. The draft order for this one is going to be Rick, Greg, and Dupe in a random generator. It was Lee, but then Lee left because he hates anything to do with medicine. He thinks it's all a lie.
Except for when it's delivering babies.
Big anti-vaxxer, but it's all good. We're good.
Why do you say that like it's a bad thing, Rick?
Because he hates polio, but also wants to have it, apparently. So I don't really understand. He's really just an anti-vaxxer against the polio vaccine. I should point out to everybody. Yeah, he's a little weird about the smallpox, but he'll do it. But he's skeptical. But yeah, he's a big anti-vaxxer when it comes to polio. All right, moving on. Let's go to our number 1 science stories of the year. We had a list that Greg had actually done a lot of research together, put together for us, and then I added a couple things there, and I think Dupe might have too. So it actually works out really easily that we could do this, and I'm really torn because if anybody knows my background, I'm a big fan of NASA, right? Big fan of NASA. They do great things. Really smart people that work there. Probably the smartest people. That's what it is. So I love NASA, and there's 2 big stories for me. I'm gonna go with the somber one for us here local. That is Sophia, the stratospheric observatory. It was an infrared observatory that's been doing incredible work. Hubble came, and then Sophia came, and it's literally a 747 they put a giant Hubble telescope into the side of, and we flew into the stratosphere and got the same science we were getting from Hubble, but we were discovering cool things. NASA, the United States, right? NASA discovered the nucleus of the Milky Way with this thing. Like they saw science that we've never seen before, and it was going for about 20 years, and it just retired this year.
Was it caramel or what was it?
What?
The
middle of the Milky Way?
Yeah.
It was the polio virus, which is why, again, Lee is so upset. So it's kind of sad, especially for all of us that are natives to the LA area, the Antelope Valley. Sophia has been around for a long time as one of the major NASA projects for the NASA Center here. So that's going to be my big one for round 1. That's all.
Who's next? Am I next?
Yep.
Greg, you're next.
Oh man, there's so many good ones. I don't know which one to go with, and I'm hoping I'm gonna save one of these for Duper. I'm sure he's gonna be all over it.
Probably not.
What, like years of delays? NASA actually finally launched Artemis 1.
Artemis.
That's gonna be another NASA one. Yeah, we're waiting on months for that. And they finally did it on their 14-day or how long?
It was about 2 weeks. Yeah, roughly.
About 2 weeks, right?
Just to test it, they flew around the moon, took some cool pictures, did everything they needed to do, and really the big test was making sure that they could land the fucker. And that's what they proved they could do.
I think in that time, SpaceX launched at least 4 or 5 different rockets in that same time frame. But
also landed. They landed the reusable rocket, like no problem. But of course, remember that SpaceX is only going to the space station, which is like a couple hundred miles.
The rockets are not as large as the NASA rockets are.
Artemis traveled over 600,000 miles. So It's quite a difference in distances. So I'm pretty excited though, but that means we're going to the moon.
Going to the moon.
I took this list that Greg made, and I put them all in order. And I'm happy you guys are picking from the bottom up for me. So,
If you don't go for
yay,
the
What's your
NASA.
that I gave you, man, I'm gonna be
Huh?
disappointed in you.
Yeah, he did throw
Dude,
some softballs out there for Duper. I see him on that
yeah,
list.
no, we're almost accomplishing goals that we met in the '60s. So that's very exciting. So this is 50 plus years ago. But I would say the biggest story is the excess deaths worldwide that are happening right now, and we have no reason why. We don't know
You
if it's
did not
vaccine
go with the
resonated.
obvious one. Oh
Huh?
my god.
We
know.
don't
Go
know.
ahead.
We
Go
don't
ahead. Don't
know
shit
if
on your
it's
point, dude. Go
long
ahead.
COVID. We don't know if it's long COVID. We don't know if it's something else. So a lot of people out there are dying, and we can't determine what the actual cause is.
What if
That's
it's an
a huge story.
amalgamation of a bunch of causes?
I think that's probably the most likely reason, right? I mean, possibly the lockdowns have been floated as a reason. It broke down our immunity, and that long of not being out there and being exposed to pathogens kind of created a ripe environment for people to die. So there's a lot of possible causes out there. All of them kind of scary.
Once again, dupe with the doom and gloom, everybody.
Fucking doom and gloom.
You know.
All right, well, taking it back to Rick for his second round pick.
I like the peppy voice there. Yeah, good, nice.
NASA did something else amazing,
Oh,
and this one is the reason why Sophia got retired, because we have now put something 1 million miles out, just orbiting, that is taking like everything that mankind has ever tried to do and understand about the cosmos, and they put it into this one fucking telescope, the James Webb telescope. And this thing is just a total badass. And we're getting back already, the data that we're getting back now and the pictures that we're getting back are something that we can't even fathom what James Webb's already put back out there. Like the pillars of what it was, the pillars of civilization or whatever the hell they call it, that crazy star arrangement, the birth of a star, the black holes, everything that it's done since its launch like 6 months ago has proven that it was, even though the budgetary overruns and it was like 10 years late in launching, that shit is amazing. So James Webb has to be on my list as one I'm taking. So
you guys are trying to put me asleep.
it's the
Dude,
science and medicine.
I'm so disappointed in Duper that he didn't pick, but I'm gonna wait and see if he picks it for round 2.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm not gonna take his pick there. But knowing Dupe, he'll probably fuck it up as usual. So I am.
Well, I know what you want me to pick. I don't know if we're gonna get there because you guys are going bottom up, and I don't know.
It's at least gonna be an honorable mention. I know that.
Well,
I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Oh,
I don't.
Well, I think so.
Well,
It is fueled.
let me just say, I don't know if it's gonna happen.
Okay.
We'll see.
We still didn't make those in our image though. We still
we need to start. And we're talking about Jesus candles right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So this one thing has caused so much controversy and discussion. Controversy. The Large Hadron Collider.
Yes, that was my next pick. Yes.
Dude, I mean, this isn't the first time. We've been living in an alternate dimension since 2012.
Well, it's resumed operations as a mini.
I like somebody else to the doom and gloom because that's where I've been operating at. Yes, without a doubt, this is the most dangerous thing on this list.
I was waiting for you to say something about it. That's why I left it alone.
Yeah, like this one's huge, man. No, we shouldn't be playing with this crap. This is like world-ending stuff. This is worse than my 2023 prediction.
We've already created black holes with it too, or simulated black holes, right? Already. Yeah. Thanks, science.
We cannot find an effective vaccine for COVID, but yet we're gonna create black holes. That's ideal. That's perfect.
Because you make the black hole, and that's where you send the coronavirus to. Duper is in the black hole. God, how do you not know these things?
Yeah, dude. By far, that's one of the biggest stories of the year.
So, Duper, what's your second round pick here?
Second round pick, I got that was my second round pick. Hold on, that one up. Dang it, we are gonna hit it. All right, so Fauci announced his retirement. So I guess we are gonna hit it. We do have the Fauci candle, so we will all miss him and his propaganda that he spread throughout the entire pandemic.
Yeah, you got the Fauci.
We're gonna miss
You know that's your boy.
Oh yeah, dude. You know me. I'm a fanboy. I got shirts. I got posters.
He got me a bobblehead. Like that's how much he loves Fauci.
Yeah, I know.
And
I have a Fauci
books that went around.
Where is that fucking?
if there's one thing I love more than anything in this world, is just pure propaganda. And so he, as such a avid spreader of such things, I'm all in. I love this guy.
Okay. Very nice. I'm going to go with something that was just as poignant in future. I don't know how to explain this. I think we actually just changed humanity for the better.
Oh,
potentially.
This is my next one.
And we have a nuclear fusion breakthrough this year. After decades of working on this, we were able to get more energy back than we put into a nuclear fusion experiment, which in turn means that someday, if we keep studying this, and now that we have this one breakthrough, within a decade, we could be looking at unlimited free energy, which will not be free because somebody's going to find a way to control it.
Thanks,
But
Elon.
we're going to find a way to have clean energy that works just like literally the sun. And that's pretty incredible. So hats off to the scientists that have been working on that for 40 years and found a way. So
yeah, so they make black holes and then unlimited energy. I mean, what can go wrong?
Shoot it into the black hole.
It's a fine line there.
We shoot the black hole with the unlimited energy and see what happens.
Yeah, I think nuclear energy has been something that's been
flying monkeys.
It's not been explored enough. It's had too much of a bad reputation, and definitely something that potentially
nuclear energy.
Have. Well, no, see, there's a difference between fission and fusion. Fission actually has byproducts, right? It has waste. Right. Fusion doesn't have waste. It's just it burns itself. That's what it does. That's why we've been looking at it, because it's the cleanest type of energy you could possibly imagine. It's just how do you create it, and learning how to generate it was the big issue.
So my turn, right? Like Rick, I mean, well, I know you're not one to use condoms, but FDA approves first condom for anal sex.
This again, you guys are picking from the bottom up.
It's the most entertaining, dude.
Begging for a pegging.
Oh. Who the fuck cares?
So, Rick, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for people who do partake in anal sex?
Oh, that'd be a 12. Yeah. I'm really excited for them. Dial that one up. That's a pretty good one.
I mean, where was this back in the 80s with the AIDS pandemic, right? I mean,
right, exactly. I mean,
why did it take
all the
them
things...
40 years to have a
Do you think this is how monkeypox ended this year? That's why we don't talk about it anymore?
Oh, the condoms.
Yeah, probably not none of the above.
All right, Duper, last pick.
All right, my last pick. All right, so this stuff I like. The first ever human heart transplant, or the first ever heart transplant from a pig to a human was done. Dude, I'm super excited about the cross contaminations of humans and animals, so then we can all just become one species on this planet and look exactly the same.
This is Wuhan. Just throwing that out there.
No, Wuhan was a bat.
Well, maybe they're going to transplant a bat heart next, and then we get COVID, 23.
What we're talking about here, actually, this happened in Maryland, I think it said.
Oh my God.
If I was not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. I probably am. But no, this is the beginnings of Man Bear Pig, Rick.
better. This makes me really excited then.
If you don't know what Man Bear Pig is, we'll post it here. South Park reference.
Yeah, so we have two opportunities in the future. It's going to be, we're all going to become cyborgs or Man Bear Pigs. So
yes.
Wow, what is there not to look forward to in the future?
Which one would you want to be? I think I would want to be a Man Bear Pig. He's more organic and natural.
I would prefer to hold on to my humanity.
Well, that's Man Bear Pig will let me keep my humanity. Cyborg, that means that you're going to have that fucking Neuralink chip in your head, and you don't even know that.
Yeah, but I don't want that urge to just go roll in mud either.
Well, I mean, Man Bear Pig also has the urge to catch salmon in a river with his mouth, which is amazing. If I could do that right now, if I could just go into a river and start catching salmon, dude, life would be amazing.
You could. You got some big ass cheeks. You could probably store them in there too.
Well, that's chipmunk.
Yeah.
That would be Chip Bear Pig. That's not the same. Yeah. Or Chip Bear Chip Mink. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. So
honorable
who had
mentions.
the best? Oh, Well, first off, whoever had the best picks, please mention them below in the comments. Rick
You
and
know, we
his
say that at the end too.
super nonsense about just NASA. Greg with his gay
I have an
NASA
honorable
stuff.
mention with NASA. You guys forgot to mention the DART mission, dude.
Hell yeah, we crashed into an asteroid.
Damn right. They have photographic evidence too. Shitty video.
It was really
but
fun
it
to watch.
happened.
It was fun to watch.
Is it as good as the video from the moon landing?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit better.
It's as good as the one where China showed them landing on the moon. Remember, from the different perspective. They're like, yeah, watch. This is how we landed on the moon, and it was computer generated. Was that like 2 or 3 years ago, right? When they did that, that was a good time. I have an honorable.
I do remember that. Oh my goodness, I forgot
remember
about that.
Yeah. And everybody's like, how the fuck? Like, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Yeah.
Wow,
so
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, so NASA released that video of, what was that, Mars? And they said it was a Mars landing, and then it came out and it was revealed that it was all computer generated.
No, that was China.
That was China that did that.
Yeah, it was China that did that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, and it was Mars, not the moon. But that's where they said they landed on Mars, and it was just like you could tell it was computer generated.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
like
well,
we
they
have
used
videos.
a 90s graphics card. it was all triangles.
You think
and
they just run down to one of their Foxconn sweatshops and grab a good computer processor to make some better shit? But China, whatever.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, so I have a couple of honorable mentions I want to make sure get out there. B-21 Raider, that's a new one. That one's pretty badass. So anybody that doesn't know what that is, look it up. It's the new stealth bomber. And I don't even know why we need those anymore now that we can fly everything without a human, but it's still fucking cool. I think it's because we're American.
Maverick
like,
showed us why we need that, Rick.
I was going to say.
Maverick doesn't fly bombers, though.
He did.
No, he flies
at the beginning.
Fighters.
That was not a bomber.
Yeah. In the supersonic. No,
Dark
Maverick can fly anything he wants. Get the hell out of here with your bullshit.
Maverick does whatever he wants. That's very true. So B-21, and then I wanted to throw out that monkeypox came back, and everybody talked about it for 3 months, and then forgot that happened.
Yes,
because it was never a serious issue. It was dumb.
It was serious to certain communities.
It was serious to not even certain communities. It was a concern to some.
How do you navigate this one, bitch?
To some people within that community who have too many sexual partners, right?
So are you saying that
the lesson that we learned from it? Yes, absolutely. And the lesson that we learned is that just fucking everything around you isn't the way to go. And that's what was causing monkeypox, these big sex orgies and things of that sort. The propaganda around it was interesting as well, as people navigated what they were saying about it, and they wouldn't come out and say, okay, don't have orgies. Like that made no sense. Like,
what about
don't
the
have
anecdotal
orgies.
cases where they went to just concerts and they were like, asses to elbows in a crowd, and they got monkeypox that way?
Dude, that's fake. Come on, man.
Just like the orgies. How do you prove that? It's the same thing. It's fucking anecdotal.
No, it's not.
It's all anecdotal.
Fucking stupid.
Hey, what about people in the state of Michigan instructed to boil their own water again?
Yeah, that's actually a huge story.
You think they were like, here we go again? It wasn't Flint, was it?
Yeah, it was Flint. No, this time around, I don't know. I think it was maybe Flint.
I thought that was in Mississippi or something like that.
It might be true.
No, Michigan. Remember, Detroit was the one that did it. Detroit was also.
There was a water crisis in Mississippi, I think, too, or at least in the South somewhere.
For sure.
The fact that we live in a first world country and we're not putting money back into our water system and our water treatments is a huge issue.
Yeah, that's called infrastructure, and they never want to put money into infrastructure.
Well, no, because and both parties are.
It's both parties. Yeah, this isn't a
conservatives don't want to. They don't want to go and spend any money on infrastructure that's worthwhile. And then Democrats are always looking at, what's next?
Renewable energy.
Right.
Yeah, they're looking at the renewables, the next thing, and really we need to be looking at the fact that we have 100-year-old pipes made of fucking lead that are carrying the drinking water for lots of little communities out there. And so, no, it's both of them. They're idiots.
Because it's not as sexy, right? Like, what they always want is the big project that looks sexy in the headlines. Like, let's build the Hoover Dam. That's a big project, gives a lot of jobs. Saying, let's reinvigorate our water treatment system. Well, that doesn't make the headline. So they don't want to do it. They don't want to invest the money there. And that's where the money needs to be invested.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Well, as Dupe said, make sure you comment below. Comment below in these, and then keep looking out because this is a series of good shows. we're putting out for you. And this is all end of 2020 to you, like the end of the year kind of review. To you. I don't know why I went to you.
We've done so many of these. Rick doesn't even know how to pronounce 2022
I don't know what I'm
anymore.
doing anymore. Anyways, info@takewarning.com if you want to ask us any real questions, but we'd prefer them in the chat comments of YouTube.
Yes.
So,
Comment, subscribe, like, thumbs up.
I
all
really
that
hope
stuff.
you like the
Hit us up
graphics
on our
that Lee's
social
putting
medias. Here's all
together.
the other videos, and then hopefully we'll see Lee actually commenting in the next one.
Tell me what you guys think are causing the excess deaths in the world. I'm curious as to that in the comments. And then also tell me what was your favorite
orgies.
what was your favorite Fauci propaganda piece?
There you go.
Always with the last word. Bye.
Got to do his things.